and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we are reviewing Gung Ho from the G.I. Joe retro line. And yeah, this guy looks really cool. He's actually had quite a few releases already where he looked kind of tactical, more military. He's got all these massive sort of like metal plates all over his kind of jacket and stuff. But when they brought this one out, I was like, do you know what? Yes, I need this Gung Ho because it reminiscence to my 80s. You know, I can't let go of my childhood. I really need these guys to look how they used to be. I cannot let go and let them grow up into something new. And I guess that's why they brought out this retro line for the G.I. Joes, to really sort of give us a reminiscence of what Gung Ho used to look like here. So yeah, looking pretty cool. Obviously in the standard blister here with the retro card with Gung Ho on the side. Got his hat, backpack and a few guns and a knife sheath down here as well. On the back, we just literally got the rest of the actual sort of figures here on the side with his classified kind of bio at the top here. But we've got Baroness, we've got Lady Jane, Gung Ho and Destro. So I've actually completed the whole wave here of the retro ones. The only one I would say that I didn't really want to pick up was probably Lady Jane. I wish I picked up the original version of her. But apart from that, so far, they've all been great. So I guess without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. So here he's in his blister pack. Obviously this doesn't connect because it's kind of falls into a little sort of like a hole here, but he comes with his stand. So we just get him out for our first impressions, see what this guy really looks like. And straight away I can feel his beefiness. He looks really nice actually. Really like the face sculpt on here. And just that 80s nostalgia of this sort of like turquoise colour looks pretty cool. So we're going to go away, put him through his poses, and we'll see you in a moment. We've been away, we've taken his pictures, and what can I say about this figure? Well, actually, I really enjoyed sort of like playing with this figure. I thought at first Gung Ho was never really one of my favourites when I was a kid, maybe because it was just the colour scheme and stuff like that. But actually taking the photos of him and getting into some poses is a really nice looking figure. And I didn't expect how huge he was either. I just thought he was a standard size Joe. But stay tuned to the end of the review and we'll do some size comparisons. So first of all, he comes with 3 accessories or 4 accessories, which one is this kind of sort of mini shotgun or pump action shotgun that he's got here. You can get him into sort of like a gun holding pose, but because of the size of it and the size of him, it's a little bit awkward to sort of really get him into those sort of gun like poses there. Taking it out, we can actually have a closer look at this one here. And yeah, it's a bit plain compared to some things that we have got from the G.I. Joe series, although I do like the actual straps made of a different colour. But yeah, nonetheless, it's not too cool. Well, I suppose it's kind of reminiscent to the old retro Gung Ho that did come back out with this kind of type of gun as well. The other gun that it comes with is a pistol on this side. Again, looks a little bit too small for Gung Ho. It's got an extended clip on here as well, but then got some nice details in there nonetheless. On the back, we actually got a nice sort of backpack. Again, I think I'd rather this in a different colour. I know it's sort of reminiscent to the Gung Ho back of yesteryear, but just too much turquoise for me. It just does look a little bit off. So I think I might customise this at a later date and just have sort of like turquoise straps on it or something like that. But yeah, the details on there are really nice. That's held in the back by a peg system that goes all the way through. Unfortunately, you can see his sort of like nakedness underneath, so it does look a little bit off without the actual backpack in. And on the back, we've got the frame of the actual backpack itself. Down here, we've actually got a knife sheath, and again with a nice silver sort of detailing on there, black handle, basic but nice to have. And then last but no means least, he comes with his hat with the little badge at the top here, and just sits on top of his head really nicely. It is really kind of on there as well, it's not just going to fall off. And underneath we've got his nice shiny bald head, and yeah, with the hat as well, it kind of just finishes off that look of Gung Ho. And yeah, it just looks like a mean ass beep. So yeah, with that we can actually go through this guy's articulation, and it's not even hindered at all, to be honest. So head-wise, he goes left and right. He can look down this much and back, and then he's got that lower neck move, and that really brings him right down, and then he can look right back up as well. Arm-wise, full rotation around at the upper arm, comes up to this far, and also he's got a butterfly joint inside there as well. Got full rotation at the upper arm here. It's got a double elbow joint, obviously pins, but who cares. Rotation around at the wrist, and it's also on a hinge. Waist is kind of like on a ball joint. It comes right down this far and back, and then added it with the actual crunch, he can look right down, and if you want to put that head right down as well, he can get right down, and then he can go all the way back. Leg wise, they come up this far, they can come forward and back. We've got the pin like drop as well at the hip, and then we've got rotation at the upper leg. We've got a double knee joint, we've got boot swivel, and we've got rocket and pivot at the ankle. So all in all, again, articulation that puts the sort of like Marvel Legends probably to its A game, to be honest with you. And I'm really enjoying with the G.I. Joes that they actually match those on there compared to like the Black Series. I do think Black Series at the moment needs catching up with this kind of articulation, but I'm glad these Black Series that has it all as well. So with that, we can actually go for the look of the actual figure itself. The head sculpts on this guy I absolutely love. I think it looks really, really nice. You know, very basic, but he's got that really stern look on there. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think. But it kind of gives me that kind of sort of like he can handle himself. We've got the turquoise jacket on here. We've got the pockets. We've got grenades on each side as well. Very basic. Around on the back, we've already seen. It's just panelled with lining. Down here on his trousers, we've got the silver belt, a little bit different turquoise there, and then we've got this kind of sort of like off brown colour matching to the actual turquoise trousers of his combats. Again, we've got holsters on the side, and then bullet ammo cartridges and stuff around on there. I just feel like these might even need an extra bit of colour on there just to break them away from too much. And then down on his legs, we've got some nice sort of like gun shins, and then some boots as well, and then more bit of a turquoise sheath. So yeah, looking pretty cool. And here we've got this sort of tattoo. Apparently this is changed to the original cartoon. I never really paid too much thing to it, but I think it was based on the real logo, and now there's copyright to it. So yeah, that's just changed. But apart from that, he is a really, really cool figure. And with that, we're actually going to do his size comparisons here. So I just literally thought he was a normal size G.I. Joe figure until I was live the other day with Callum. And I just wanted to measure up some Black Series with him. So I just, this one's Luke, obviously from Dagobah. And it just looks like a 3.75 figure, doesn't it? It just looks tiny. I couldn't believe the size of him. And obviously we got Fennec Shand as well. And you know, these are 6-inch action figures here. Taking these away, and we can actually bring in one of the larger figures from the Black Series range, which is Darth Vader, and he's actually even bigger than him, probably like a few more inches there. So this guy must be well over 7 foot. So taking that away, we can actually look at some other franchises. We can actually bring in another G.I. Joe, which is Flint, obviously his teammate, and then we got Spider-Man, not his teammate, but who cares, they could actually team up at one point. And then obviously we have some Power Rangers as well, by bringing them on that side with all the other 6-inch figures that we collect on the channel. So what do you think of this guy? I know there's a few iterations of Gung, but this is to me the pinnacle one. I don't really like the other colours, even though this colour is a little bit glarish. I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So thank you so much for this. You can subscribe, ding the bell, follow me on Instagram where you see more pictures of these guys, and let me know in the comments down below what you think. And I'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye.